You already know the business decision. JarynDSB. Let's get it. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back again to the business decision. And look, I'm going to come right out with it. There's 3 things that got my focus this week. And we'll jump right into the meat of the matter. My new face of WWE, Cody Rhodes. Now, since coming back to WWE from AEW, Cody Rhodes, I think we're all in agreement, has had some classic matches with Seth Rollins. And now, with him coming back at the Rumble, unfortunately, they spoiled it, and they had to mention it on Raw. They couldn't help themselves. I personally wouldn't have said anything. I think we're all in agreement. We would have just let him come back, and we would have got the pop. We would have got the cheers. We would have got the babies in the air, the feet freaking shaking the rafters, the building shaking, all that. Would have got the full experience. But even still, with it being announced, they're probably still going to pop for him. Crazy. Probably crazier than Punk in AEW. We'll see. Cody Rhodes, the face of the WWE. And I say that because, 1, he's the classic babyface. 2, legacy. The Rhodes name in WWE, damn near legendary. Historic. It only makes sense that the new face of WWE, after someone from the bloodline, that being Roman Reigns, it be someone from another familiar bloodline in the wrestling industry, the Rhodes bloodline. Dusty Rhodes and now Cody. I think Cody is the one to definitely take the mantle. When you look at what he can do in the ring, you look at his in-ring psychology and ability, his charisma, his athleticism, his promo ability. Don't get me wrong, sometimes his promos do feel like he's an acting teacher maybe talking to me, telling me how I should speak in a public setting, but nevertheless, he knows how to talk in a way to get the people behind him and to get the people to buy into what he's doing and to buy into him. And that's what you want in professional wrestling. And he does that at an A+ mark. When you look at how he presents himself, look at how he's rebranded himself throughout the years. Leaving WWE, what was Cody Rhodes going to do? He went straight to the independents and started creating a new Cody Rhodes, essentially. Now he's the Nightmare, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. He's got the Nightmare Factory. Unfortunately, he's got that god-awful tattoo on his neck. But, we all make decisions, we live and we learn. Cody Rhodes being the next face of WWE only makes sense. Cody Rhodes, when he comes back at the Royal Rumble and wins the Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes, the Cody Rhodes era will begin, and we will be just living in it with him as the face of the largest wrestling promotion in the world. And they'll only go up from there, and all thanks to Cody Rhodes, the new face of WWE. But let's get into the old face of WWE. Well, current, soon to be old. Roman Reigns. He's going down the road I thought he would, in a booking sense. He's in the program now with Owens and Zayn. If you look at what happened this past Friday, he got his hands on everyone but Sami. And Sami had the chance to make the save, but didn't. And then after Owens scurried away, Sami came in and puffed his chest out. So we'll look at it on the business side of things, the booking side of things. Long term, we got Rumble and Mania coming up. I think personally, they do the Owens and Reigns match at Rumble, as we saw they're going to do. Somehow, some way, Sami screws Owens out of the title, but that's not enough to say put Sami back in Roman's good graces. Sami catches wind of that. Sami begins to turn on the bloodline, and within that 2-month span we have between Royal Rumble and Mania, that's where we can get build up to that Sami Zayn and Roman match, maybe at Mania. Or after this Owens match, somehow, some way, they work in The Rock. We've been hearing about The Rock. Me personally, I get it. It's Mania, but without saying something that's clearly written in for someone to say to agitate The Rock, to make him have to clap back, to make him have to fire back verbally, or maybe even show up. I mean, that's a route you could go. That's probably the only route you could go with him being away for so long and being involved in nothing. On such short notice, does he have the time? Is that really what they want to do, get The Rock involved? And if not, like I said, I see it ending with Sami and Roman somehow facing off for the belt, the Universal title. And when they face off for that belt, it's going to be just like what happened in NXT. He's going to have Owens come out, clap for him, and then Owens is going to turn on Sami. And then they're going to do that whole storyline. You know what? On the main roster, the whole Sami and Owens thing works just as good as it did on the independents, to be completely honest. These two have a magic about them. Maybe it's the best friend thing they say in wrestling, where with anybody else you can put on a good match, but with somebody who you're that close with to where you'll lay your shit in and you'll get your shit across no problem because you both understand what you're there to do. You know, you'll make your friends look good. Some people could look at it like that. These guys just have magic every time they're in a room with each other, it seems. And in a ring, we saw it in NXT, they can tear the house down. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with this Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens thing. I'm also interested to see where they go with this Solo Sikoa and the Usos thing, because I feel like those three are going to veer off on their own. It looks like that's where it's going to go once Sami leaves. But we'll see. We'll all just wait and see. Roman has 2 belts, so once the Universal belt is decided, Cody wins the Rumble. He says he's going to go after the WWE Championship. So could we get Roman in 2 matches at Mania? Maybe. That's what they might be looking at if they don't drop the strap at Rumble, which they probably won't. This is all really just speculation. But it's fun speculation. We want to know what's going to happen. We got legitimate stars in this picture we're looking at. Owens and Zayn haven't been presented that way yet as a top star. Put them in programs with guys like Roman, with guys like Cody. You know you can do something because those guys are looked at as top guys in the wrestling industry today. And like I said, the era of Cody Rhodes is coming. The new face of WWE, Cody Rhodes, is coming shortly. And speaking of faces, stupid masks, stupid all that, Bray Wyatt. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because a lot of you out there have constantly been saying, let it play out. Wait. The beauty of Bray Wyatt is the fact that, you know, it takes time for his shit to develop and you really got to pay attention. And there's a lot of nuances in there. And he speaks a lot and he says a whole lot of nothing. He'll sit in the ring for 3 minutes cutting a promo, speaking in circles. And he does the same thing week after week. And then he'll put on a mask and do another vignette with a different kind of voice. And he'll speak the exact same way in circles, saying a whole lot of nothing. He's Uncle Howdy. He's now clearly Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt again. And he's also regular Bray Wyatt too. I have been seeing reports that they want to do potentially Bray versus Uncle Howdy at Mania. If this shit ends in him feuding with himself, 1, I've been right this entire time. 2, I've been right this entire time because his shit has always been dog shit. And 3, I would have been right this entire time in saying he should not have been brought back. If this shit was so good, go get it over on the independent scene. Go get it over in fucking Impact or some shit. Go get it over in New Japan, in Mexico, Canada, somewhere else. Go get it over in the UK. Go get it over somewhere else if it's that fucking good, if you feel that strongly about it. I don't know why whoever is enabling him backstage is, for whatever reason, getting behind this crock of shit that he's putting out, but it needs to stop immediately. Like, and it's dragging LA Knight down, a top talent, a potential top guy who has endless in-ring talent, endless charisma, and he's working with this dude, Bray Wyatt, dragging him through the mud. And don't get me wrong, I think Bray Wyatt's talented too, but I'll say it again. This gimmick is garbage. From the mask, the different masks, to the spooky vignette, to the rocking chairs in the ring, to the spooky figures appearing in different places in the arena. is trash. It needs to stop. And people, like I said, have been saying, wait, let it play out. You have to let it play out. That's the beauty of Bray Wyatt. And we let it play out. And what did we get on Friday? The same thing we got when? Last year. Firefly Funhouse. So this is what he's gonna, this is all his characters. This is what all of them are. And this is what I said when he first brought in this whole spooky Uncle Howdy character. This shit is the same shit that we got before and that we got before. It's all tied in. This is all the same shit. And people think it's long-term storytelling just because he's incorporating all these shitty characters into every character he comes with along the way. And sure, it's long-term storytelling, but it sucks. The story sucks. The characters suck. It's not good. And like I said, Bray Wyatt himself, he can go in the ring. He can talk. For his size, phenomenal athlete. He's got charisma. All of that. But when you wrap it up and the bow you put on it is this shitty gimmick, it's all for naught. And that's essentially my point with Bray Wyatt. He can do everything. He can do everything. That's my gripe with him, and the similar gripe with Jon Moxley in AEW. They can do everything. They have the talent to be greats of this generation, of their generation of wrestling. To these young generation of wrestlers coming up, to be greats to them. And what do? Sully their names in foolishness for the sake of furthering professional wrestling and their art. Fuck your art. Fuck your freedom of expression in professional wrestling. It shouldn't be allowed because this is what you get. You're not the fucking Undertaker. You're not some fucking scary movie director from Hollywood. If you want to do that, go do that. But in the professional wrestling setting, all the shit Bray Wyatt's doing looks fucking stupid. And that's that. The business decision, JarynDSB. Let me know what you think.